Mordechai Ben Avraham. He's written the book, Mind of the Black Jew, The Oldest New Way of Thinking. He joins us now from Jerusalem. Rabbi, what's your reaction to Kanye West's apology?
You know, I'm like completely shocked that he's even released an apology. I'm a music fan. I love music, grew up with it, loved Kanye's music growing up. But recently he just released a song on his album called Vultures, or the song is called Vulture. And he specifically talks about intimate relationships with a Jewish woman, and that's why no one can call him anti-Semitic. And this is coming at a time where women here in Israel have been kidnapped, that are held hostage, and are being abused sexually. And he comes out with a song that's depicting exactly what's going on right now, justifying and saying, well, how could I be anti-Semitic? How the things that I say, how could I be accountable to if I'm having sexual relations with a Jewish woman?
And why do you think this apology is happening right now?
Well, he has an album coming out. That's what I'm saying. Like he has an album coming out, and he just last week had a whole nother rant where he started talking about Zionists and this, whatever. So I'm not sure if this apology is about what just happened last week in his last rant, or is he just dealing with what happened before with the DEFCON 3 statement?
And how is this apology being received by the Jewish community today?
You know, the Jewish community is very hurt because Kanye West was someone that many of the young kids that or music lovers looked up to and loved, and it's like him to write this thing is kind of like, is it sincere? Is he making fun of us? Why does he have to write a letter? Why can't he sit down and talk to people like myself, on a public platform and really just talk this whole thing out? Why not come to Israel? He could come, he could stay with me and my wife at our beautiful house, and we could tour the country and see everything that's going on. Why not show us something that's real concrete that could actually lead to what he said at the end of the letter, which is unity? How can we get there instead of just having a blanket letter on Instagram?
Do you think the case of Kanye West is an isolated incident, or is there something happening in terms of the relationship between African Americans and the Jewish community right now?
Yeah, well, right now, the issue right now, we're in the middle of a war, and, I've been living in Israel for 8 years, and I'll tell you that there's a portion of Israel that's Israeli, and that's a mixture of Jewish people, of Arab people, Palestinians, Druze, all different types of groups, and everyone is hurt, and everyone is sad, and everyone's fighting against this enemy of Hamas. But then you have on the outside world, they're just watching television like we're on right now, and whatever they hear on that, they're making their decisions. And so that's really invoking a lot of African Americans to empathize with the narrative that the Palestinians are victims and Israel is kind of like this oppressive force. And so that is a part of our identity as African Americans. And so it's kind of like being manipulated through this like war narrative, and it's creating more division between both communities.
What impact do anti-Semitic statements posted online by celebrities have on the Jewish community?
Well, like I said, the Jewish people, the country Israel, the people, the spirit, is about connecting, right? It's about connecting. It's about having a sense of inclusion, of understanding, of mutual respect. And so when these celebrities come out, and the saddest thing is that they're not thinking about, the young Palestinian kids who are being indoctrinated to be child soldiers, that are being indoctrinated to go out and be a martyr as their greatest accomplishment in life, and not a scientist or a doctor or a person that cures diseases or writes beautiful music. So when you're talking about things like ceasefire or Israel's being too aggressive, you're basically saying that the lives of those young Palestinian kids should stay exactly the way that they are, and they should have no other opportunities other than what Hamas indoctrinates them in schools, to pursue.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your perspective. Rabbi Mordechai Ben Avraham joining us from Jerusalem.
Thank you.